The world needs
men
that.
don't, yeah, men aren't looking for like out at base value, looking for emotional and mental and all that other support because you're taught to be self-sufficient. You're taught to get that on your own, be that person for yourself. You're not taught to lean into nobody. You're taught to you need to be strong. You need to not cry. You need to do all of these things, right? So when we look for a woman, we're just looking for an outlet for us to be happy, somebody to make us happy. Because we deal with a
Oh,
bunch of shit all day. Like, can I just
okay.
be happy? Can I just be free? Can I just be myself? Like that's what
Oh,
men
okay,
look
okay.
for. Then that's a form of emotional support. You know what
So
I'm
that's
saying?
like
But it's not the
additional
same form
stuff,
of emotional support that
but
women
it is
look for
okay.
in men. You know what I'm saying? And therefore, that's the disconnect. That's where the disconnect is that
Oh,
women
okay,
think
okay.
men want the same type of emotional support, but our emotional support is a bit different because we're taught to be self-sufficient because the world ain't doing no man no favor. Like if a man is homeless, that dude is assed out. If a woman is homeless, don't let her look good. A nigga cleaning her up quick.
It's not even about a woman. It's not even about the guy. It's about how the system works. Let a woman be homeless, so she getting all type of benefits.
Right. Oh,
She getting
let's
all
not.
type of
Yeah.
assistance.
Look. What you said.
Yeah, there's a program for a program.
It's a
Right.
program for a program. For real.
All right, y'all. What the heck just happened to him too? Oh,
Bitch.
he chose to mute himself. Ain't that about a bitch? So anyway, this is Homeroom with Smooth, episode number 169. Okay, this is called Men versus Women. All right. Um, oh my god, I can't take myself serious. But anyway, I got with me some real cool guests. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody no stranger here, so I'm gonna let them introduce themselves so y'all can know what they sound like.
Hello, I'm Frankie.
Jesus.
No, I'm joking around. What's up, guys? It's Frankie over here. Always a pleasure to be back. Just trying to have some fun.
And it's Mariah. I'm not on here often, but it's great to be here today.
And it's your boy D.
This boy took off running. It's your boy D. This boy ran into the podcast. It's no boy. Oh shit. Oh my god. Oh wait.
I'm mad that you
Oh
caught
my
that. I was
god,
trying to
bro.
be slick, low key.
Oh,
No, but here's the thing. I'm making a new intro, right? It's gonna be shorter but different. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that clip of you. It's your boy. That was funny. I'm using it. You're gonna be in the intro now. Gonna be in the intro now. So
I
I gotta
made
add.
it. I made it.
Yeah, I gotta use my other guests that I had like interviewed in there too because
Yeah.
it's
you,
season 7 starting in like 3 weeks. So
Oh
yeah.
yeah, got to change it up a little bit.
you
Yeah,
more.
I want to make the intro shorter. And I've been playing with a lot of different stuff, and then I want to change the what the fuck is that? I want to change the intro music again. Sorry. Like there was something on my keyboard. I can't do that. Like I gotta touch my keyboard. I had to blow it off. But anyway, so look, we are here to talk about the state of the culture, okay? The state, and when I say that, the state of the culture between men and women, because for some reason we just can't get along, okay? There's feminists, there's the red pill guys, there's the red pill like super weird guys that are like trying to convince you that they like alpha males, which is weird to me. I've never met anybody that was a leader that had to declare they were the leader. You know what I'm saying? It's just like saying you having to say you're the king. You shouldn't have to say you're the king. If you're the king, everybody just gonna look at you and go, "Hey, that's the king, bruh. Leave him alone." Other people gonna speak for you. But I think, and I think that derives to a lack of respect. But then you also have like the crazy like feminist in that they just that like there's no like I wouldn't say there's absolutely no logic there, but it's just not fair. I would say to start that off. But I am open to hearing you guys' opinions on how you guys feel is the state of men and women, because I feel like it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's like a war. It's like literally a war. It feels like just to take a girl out, it's like a war. Like, do you want to go out? Yes or no? Like, you better tell me, because it's like, no, it's weird because it's like, to me, whenever you're talking to a woman, she literally looking for any reason to stop talking to you versus looking for reasons to talk to you. It's the weirdest thing. Like, you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the good qualities, and then that one, I don't mess with Aries. What? But I'm a whole good, you know what I'm saying? Like, but everything else is good, but you don't mess with Aries, like that one quality. Like, I don't. Like,
You
I
feel
mean, I
mad
thought Aries
targeted.
was great. First of all, we the first
I've heard
zodiac,
that
but I ain't
before.
gonna get into all of that. But you know what I'm saying? It's just straight up like it's a lot to just talk to a woman. It's just, I don't know. It's not as fun as it used to be. I mean, it's more competitive than it used to be because, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, the feminists, like, it's kind of like they become more manly. Like, they got to compete with us to make money and thinking that they cuter. They cute because they make a lot of money. Like we was talking about earlier, like we could build a bad bitch up, you know what I'm saying? Like real quick. But I ain't no woman gonna pick up no man that's broke or anything and help him out the same way that a man will do a woman.
I will do a hard disagree on that one, but I guess to the original one, I think there's just so many terms out there that people want to use because, and I don't know why, because if you go, because now it's like today it's red pill, before it was toxic masculinity, they're kind of one and the same, and we keep on defining these new terms instead of just fixing the problem. And the main thing, the problem is that, because you kind of alluded to it, women are making their own money now. They have to do this, they have to do that. Well, part of it is too because guess what? In California, like, you can't live by yourself. Even if you are that too. So a woman, they have to bring stuff into the household, and then it's the same thing too. Because I do know there's women out there that will go ahead and support a man and build him back up, and I know a lot of women, they've been doing that for years as well. But it comes to a certain point as well too.
But I mean, I agree with you, but then at the same time, that's a small percentage of women that are really willing to do it.
Willing, able to,
willing and able to.
No, there's two. They're willing, able to, and men accepting the help as well. Because I will put it this way too, and this is because I'm in the situation. No, because I'll put it this way. I have, because everybody knows my stepson, right? So I know the whole turbulent past with his mom and his dad, right? And I will say this, because I know you call me whatever you want. Usually, for a lack of a better term, I don't date down, because I want someone who's able to be self-sufficient and bring stuff into my relationship. I'm okay with that. So
that's fair, nigga.
So I mean,
No. So when we first started dating, she was making more than me. By that too, I was okay with that. Sebastian's dad's not okay with that. And that's the thing too. So there's times where women they're able to and willing, but men won't accept the help. And then and they want to put it in some terms, because sometimes it's not feminism. Sometimes it's just doing your damn job.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know a vast majority of dudes that'll talk to a girl just to be crashing at her crib for a while. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's
the vast majority of guys.
No, and that's the thing. Hold on. So that means if a guy is talking to a girl to crash at her crib, that means the woman's taking care of him.
Right,
Yeah, I
right.
was so about to say. I was so about to say that because I'm like, really, 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 like, really, that man just living off his, you know what I'm saying, his digmatization skills.
So
Okay,
so then
you know
if
what
we're
I'm
doing
saying?
that,
Yeah.
that means we can't say a woman's not willing to go ahead and build a man up because they do that until
They
they
sustain it. That's
end up
not
in.
building up though.
No,
That's
because
sustaining.
no, but it's only doing it because the thing is too when if I'm with a woman, there's only so much I could do, and they say, hey, you should do this to try to build them up. If they say no, there's a time that you have to cut bait, and then what happens is that these women they're trying to sustain and trying to build up a guy, and when a guy doesn't want to build himself up, they cut bait, and then they're seen as a villain. But I don't want to talk about this because Mariah's right here.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
about
bro.
to say,
Yeah,
I'm like,
damn,
look,
dang.
we
Wait a
need to
minute.
let Mariah get in here because
Yeah.
you two started going at it, and it was just opening remarks.
No.
I'm like, God,
Okay.
damn, like that's
Okay.
why
So
I came in. I was like, but, and then you're
yeah.
like, hold on. I'm like, wait,
Yeah,
like,
but no, but that's my
Mariah.
thing because I don't want to go in it. So let me reverse. My thing is that, like I said before, I think we come up with all these new terminologies instead of just fixing the damn problem. We're just
Yeah.
moving it now because now it's like toxic masculinity is not a thing, and now it's red pill idealism. Bless you.
Bless you.
Sorry. Thank you.
Okay, Mariah, this is your turn, your time. You know what I'm saying?
Time to shine.
You cleared the floor. Okay, go
So
My,
ahead.
I apologize because I am slightly confused because the conversation went in multiple areas.
my bad.
And so I'm going to acknowledge I do feel like there is a war of masculinity. I do agree with you on that. But I'm not understanding with the whole like well, maybe it's different because of where I'm from, and I'm a conservative traditional woman. So when I think about dating, I don't date down. I'm not going to date
High five.
down.
High five.
Um,
That's
huh?
fair.
I said high five, but you weren't high
Oh,
fiving
okay.
me.
Yeah. I don't want to date down because I understand like the psychology of a man and I understand like what they require to feel like
Hold
a
on a
man in
second.
the household.
Hold on, Mariah. Someone's
I
echoing.
think that's. Wow. Yeah,
Is it
somebody.
me?
I moved my mic off the thing. I think it might have been me. Might have because I had my hand on the mic. That might have been me.
Go ahead, Mariah.
Okay. So yeah, and I feel like I'm echoing.
Yeah, you are.
Anyway, I don't know why I have my headphones in.
No, it
Um,
could be reverbing through someone else's stuff too.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so yeah, me understanding like the psychology of men and what they require to feel like being in a relationship. I have been in a relationship where I made more, and it was the worst relationship that I have experienced, and it was because he didn't feel like the man. There was times where I felt like him and I were both in competition, and he was in competition with me. I was in competition with my goals, and so that was kind of the things that what I currently struggle with when it comes down to dating. Also, I feel like we have been put in a situation for centuries. I don't think a lot of people realize the type of systematic separation that we have within the Black community. As far as like, and if you want to go back, like we've been systematically and physically separated from like slavery to housing to child support to mass incarceration. So we never really truly I think we had like one moment in history where we were like together as a unit, and that was during like the civil rights movement. But then again, that goes back to housing and things that was created to separate us and divide us. And so we have been raised to have a divided mindset with each other, even down to like the music that we listen to, that we consume, has taught us not to want to be together. And so
Mm-hmm.
like Frankie said, we have all these terms but we don't really have a solution. But I honestly think how I don't know, I just worry about how we're going to come up with a solution, like if we don't even know what it looks like. But I don't know.
Okay. I'm picking up what you were putting down. Okay, so
Okay.
so so okay, solutions. All right, so let's
Mhm.
start there. Let's start there. Solutions. What type of solutions do y'all think are out there for us as a people? Because I it's kind of hard because you have to play this balancing game where you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, like women today, like you can't turn back the clock of time. Women today, like they're getting jobs, they need jobs. We as men kind of need them to have jobs in a lot of situations, because most men are not making that type of money to where baby don't work. They're not making baby don't work money. So
Mm-hmm.
she's gonna have a job or whatever. How do you then balance everything? Because I think it's unfair um to expect a woman to be superwoman and to be everything the previous generation was and also hold a job. Like
I
that time loss is not gonna come back. You can't get that time back.
I think what happens is that you can't let being a man define you, and you can't let your income define you as well. I think because and there's things where men are able to do, and as men as well, it doesn't mean that we're effeminate. And I think there's basic life skills that everybody should have, and it doesn't make you effeminate, but somehow in certain communities it makes you seem that way, and it shouldn't be. Go ahead, Mariah.
I'm so sorry. I was still listening and I wanted you to finish.
Oh, sorry.
But I do have something to say.
Yeah.
Are you done?
Just no, just for that part, because I was trying to keep it short. I just think that there are certain life skills that people should have, men or women, and they shouldn't be tied to gender. And just because someone's doing it doesn't mean that you're less of a man or more of a man, or less of a woman or more than a woman. And the other thing is too is that even though there are stuff that people are just naturally naturally targeted towards certain genders, just because generally men are built stronger, stuff like that too. So there's things that men are able to do, and that just comes more naturally, and um and vice versa with females as well too. And I think
Okay.
that's just the main thing, and it doesn't make them, and it doesn't make you any more or less who you are. And it shouldn't be
Okay.
it shouldn't be like a war against that. It shouldn't be a war just because, like, if I am like, and it's like I'll make it super simple, right? Like, trash is heavy, so I take out the trash. Yes, you could take out the trash as well too, but I'm just doing it because it's naturally easy for me, and I could do it. I could do it on my way out, and vice versa. There's other stuff you could do, so it's part of that give and take and just communication as well. So I think the solutions are already there. We just can't, we just can't just divide it as men or women.
Right. So what I was gonna say was where I'm confused at is why the direction of the conversation shifted towards the women having jobs. And I was going to ask, are y'all saying that because you believe that feminism was rooted from women being able to work back in the days? But the reality is that feminism, well, I'm not a feminist because black feminism is different than the other
Mhm.
feminism, like the worldly feminism. And
Right.
the feminist movement started during the prohibitions because, in layman's terms, other women got tired of their men getting drunk, coming home and beating them. But even during that time, there was the percentage of black women that worked. I want to say, I hope I don't mess up these percentages, but I want to say it was like married black women was like 23%, and then single black women was like 70% that worked in
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
comparison to their counterparts, which was only 7% married white women, and I want to say like 20 something percent married, 7% married white women, and like 20 something percent single white women. And I
Mm-hmm.
forget, but the number was like significantly higher in comparison to black women. So black women have always had to work.
Yeah.
And so I don't feel like that's the issue when it comes down
So
to like the divide between us. I like
I
what you said is
I
communication.
I'm gonna say real quick why I went there. I went there
Hmm.
because I think there's an expectation, right? Because people seen how their grandmother was. They, you know what I'm saying, in the household. They seen how maybe their mother was, you know what I'm saying, in the household. And what we have now is not conducive to that. Literally she just the present woman doesn't have the time. If you
Well,
go to get ready for work, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of women, they make the time. They do make the time. Like they be doing it. They be making the time. But I'm saying it's unrealistic to expect that every single day of anybody, of
well,
anybody.
before I go,
No.
hold on, I'll let Mariah go. what you kind of said and what Mariah said, they kind of intersect because she was saying for a while Black women were working as
Mhm.
well too. So I can say it to that too. And maybe my household's built different, but I do vividly remember my grandmother and my mother working.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. So Black women have always had to work. I mean, and there was a point where we weren't working, and what I don't, well, I think it's confusing and the divide currently because you think about the Kevin Samuels and the Andrew Tates. They have romanticized what they think or what they thought relationships were like you said, for our grandparents. Not
Right.
realizing that the Black women or the women in general had to stay with their husbands. They
Mhm.
had to stay in those situations. Those relationships had to last because they didn't have any rights. And women nowadays, we have more rights, but we don't have to choose to stay with you. If we stay with you, it's because we want to. Um, but yeah,
Which
kind
means they
of
have to
goes
actually
back.
be likable. Like,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, both parties
it
have to be
forces you to
likable,
actually
though.
gain a
Right.
personality.
I mean, both parties do equally have to be likable, but I think that the understand. I think the roles have been switched because women nowadays, like if we go on a date and somebody asks me what you bring to the table, oof, I hate those questions. But anyway, if you ask me what I would bring to the table, for the most part, I'm be like, oh, I have degrees. I have my own business. I'm a realtor. I'm in the military, right? I'm telling you what I do and like my day to day life about how much money I bring to the table. And that's not necessarily, in my opinion, I don't think that that's what men are looking for in a woman. And so Black women have been conditioned to believe that that is what we have to bring when that's not what we don't focus on the other parts of ourselves that we should bring, like nurturing,
Right.
being loving, more communication, being calm, being light hearted, stuff like that. So I don't know.
Hmm. D, go ahead, man.
So,
You been quiet.
I gotta agree with her. Mm, to me, it's just, I guess the biggest thing that's messing everything up is comparison. Like everybody want to be
Hmm.
like this other relationship versus trying to figure out whatever they own swing is. So it's like when you do that comparison, you always gonna feel like you missing out on something that really ain't even meant for you in the first place. Instead of y'all finding whatever works for y'all. So to me, it's like social media,
Yeah.
honestly, like just access to social media, the YouTube relationship folks. Let's be honest, we know for a fact that they be getting together just to make a YouTube, just to make some
Mhm.
money. So they putting out people loving them, glorifying them, and looking at them. It's like, this is what I want, and it ain't even was real, but they only seeing the good parts of it and not even really knowing the bad. And that's the part of social media that is really tricky, is because you can make it look good but you never see the bad. You know what I'm saying? But
hmm
that's
Yeah.
You know what I'm
just
saying?
to
I
me.
think I think also the reason
Mhm.
why we have this war, and I think the war is kind of overblown because I think it's simple just talking about crap and then because people who have relationships work, they talk about it and they make it work. Is
Right.
also people, unfortunately, we're conditioned now to not we're conditioned now. It's like, hey, if something's hard or something's not right, walk away.
You have options. That's
Well,
it's like
it's not even having options.
creating options, I guess.
It's about it's see what's wrong, because the thing is, if you have an issue and you walk away, that issue is going to be there on your next relationship or your next project or your
Right.
next thing because you're never learning how to fix it.
Right.
right,
and
right.
and I think because Mariah hit it on the head too. She's like, oh hey, she said she was, and if I'm wrong, but this is what I got from what you said, so please correct me if I'm wrong. She said she's been conditioned, and people say, hey, what do you bring to the table? She's talking about her accomplishments and her successes and what she's doing, and not her
hmm
as a person too.
Right.
So
hmm
and unless someone says, hey, actually I want to know about you as a person, like more about your ambitions and what you're doing, and what can you do to help me, she's not going to learn to say, hey, this is what this person meant in general. And I think that there's a lot of things that people just don't communicate. And it's weird because I compare it to Sebastian with his friends now, because now everybody has their own mobile phone, and they have their own things, and I equate it to video games, because D and Smooth, you guys probably both know, and maybe you too, Mariah. But growing up playing games with your family, or even board games too, you have to sit there next to them, and it's like, hey, if they want to play a certain game, you have to play a certain game until it's your turn to choose a game, and then they have to go ahead and reciprocate. Now that's not an issue at all. So even kids these days are saying, hey, you're playing this game I don't want to play, I'm going to go pick up my phone and go play whatever the hell I want to play, or I'm going to go home and do this, or I'm just going to go home and play a different game, because now a lot of games, they don't have cooperation. So then it's like it's two PlayStations or two computers, and then they just play their own game and forget how to problem solve or to compromise.
Yeah.
And I think,
But
go ahead.
well, I'm sorry for interrupting you, but like you were saying, we don't know how to compromise, but at the same time, do you really want to risk such a short life and compromising in relationships that aren't truly fully fulfilling?
I
Because a lot of
I
people get clouded. I'm sorry.
no. I wanted you to finish. I don't. I'm
Um,
sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because a lot of people get clouded by other like external factors. For example, like a lot of women will stay in relationships because they're digmatized, like Smooth
Mhm.
said, or the financial stability is there, so I'm not going to leave, or or I have abandonment issues, so I'm just going to stay here because this is what I know, and their whole heart of hearts, or not whole heart of hearts, but they are probably experiencing a lot of anxiety, dread, grief in their relationships, but they stay because society tells women that they should stick around. And so I don't know. I'm not saying like every time you get in a relationship you don't stimulate me, leave. But I'm also on the bandwagon of like, if this person isn't giving you what you need, then it's either y'all communicate and try to figure out
Yeah.
how y'all can get what y'all need in other places, or y'all separate.
But yeah, but I mean that's what I meant by the compromise. I don't mean compromise on every single major thing, but because compromise goes and I was saying that as a kids because that goes into problem solving as well too.
Yeah.
And the thing is too, people, they could probably get what they want in a relationship as long as they communicate and problem solve. And then like you said, if you guys get to it and said, hey, we cannot make to that point, then you guys pull chalks. But the problem is a lot of people, they can't even get to that point of discussing actual issues, because I believe on a lot of things we're just programmed to be like, this is not what I want, and just pull out.
I think that I think there's a negative connotation with compromise, because I think everybody thinks that it's this slippery slope and you're just going to end up somewhere really bad. Like there's nothing wrong with saying, okay, you like this certain thing or you don't like this certain thing. I cannot do this or do less of it, and they can then meet you somewhere and do less of the other thing, and it'd be okay. I
Right.
think a lot of people immediately think of, oh my God, it's gonna go bad. They think of worst case scenario when it's not even that. It's not even bad. It's actually a good thing to have peace between each other, to make a peace agreement, to go, hey, if I do less of this and you do less of that, we stop arguing. We might get along, we might refine love together. Like that sounds like a really good idea. You know what I'm saying? Because people be like, oh, you should go get counseling, you should go get married. They just gonna tell you the same thing I just said. They literally gonna tell you the same thing. That's what you do for free. You got to pay $1,000 to learn how to compromise. Like all you got to do, just do right by the other person, and have the other person do right by you. Like dang, the core concepts are very simple, but I think you know what I'm saying, there are from the male perspective, I think there are men that are very like headstrong and like, well, I got to be the leader. I got to be the leader. It got to be my way, how the highway. Like, bruh, I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I done had plenty of women in my life have amazing ideas, and I go, oh man, that's a damn good idea. Fuck my idea. Throw that shit out. We doing what you said because it sound better. Like it sound better. Why would I be dumb? Why would I throw away good sound advice, a good sound perspective? And that's a key to being a good leader, Mr.
And
Alpha leader guy.
followership.
If you can't hear the other person and hear a good idea from them, you don't need to even be around other people. Okay, you need to just go live on an island by yourself.
But when they say like,
Just
when
do it
women
on
say
your
I
own.
want a man,
Hmm?
huh?
Nah, I was agreeing with Smooth. I said, yeah, they could just do it on their own.
Yeah, like, well, I mean, when women say they want a man that's a leader, that doesn't necessarily mean that they don't want a voice.
Mm.
um, they're saying the man is the head, but the woman is the neck. The woman, she gonna say something. She's gonna lead in some type of way. So,
Well, I think people they always misinterpret the leader as in leaders as being the person who's in control, the
Who
end all be
don't
all.
listen to
And
anybody.
yeah, because I think sometimes we're taught that leadership is dictatorship, and that's definitely not the case too. Because leading is getting people to respond to you in a certain way. So if the guy's a leader and you know how your woman responds to certain things, it's your job to lead effectively. And I so that maybe that's what it is. They're leaders, but they're not effective leaders. And maybe that's what you need to put with women too. When the women say, "Hey, they want a guy who's a leader," they want a guy who is an effective leader. Kind of like what Mariah said. If they have an idea or a voice or a concern, you go ahead and listen to it. But that thinks we're all hitting the same thing as, hey, people need to fucking communicate.
I mean, I'm sorry, you were still talking. I keep
No,
on
no,
saying
that's
that.
no, no,
No,
no, no,
no,
no.
you're good.
I was
You're good,
done. I was
Mariah. You're
done.
good.
No,
Okay,
I was
you
done. I said
can
people need to communicate.
you could tell. So like a woman bases how I don't know about other women, but I know me. I base what category I'm gonna put you in based off of how you deal with other people and how other people deal with you, how you handle your responsibilities, how you handle your day-to-day tasks, how you handle yourself, how you carry yourself, how you manage your money. That is how I determine, and I know this sounds horrible, but that is how I determine the level of respect that you get from me. And it's not me saying I'm going to disrespect you, but it's on a stand of like, if I
Mm-hmm.
feel like you're not effective, I feel like you're not a good problem solver, I feel like you let people play you, I feel like you let people take advantage of you, I'm not going to look to you to help me make decisions in my life. But when I'm with a man, I want to make sure that I can trust you in a situation. I want to make sure that you have the sound mind to make good decisions that'll benefit the both of us. I'm still gonna tell you what I think. I'm still gonna say, if you say something that I don't necessarily agree with, I'm gonna be like, you know what, maybe we should do this. Have you thought about this? Something like that. But for the most
Mm-hmm.
part, I want to be able to trust that you're gonna be able to handle us. And I will decide that based off of how you carry everything else in life. And so you can, if you're with a woman and she not respecting you, start paying attention to how you dealing in life with other things outside of her, because that is probably why she's not respecting you.
Hmm.
So,
Well, I
Hmm.
will
yeah.
say if a woman's not respecting me, then she needs to
Right.
go.
Yeah,
You
she gotta
definitely, you
go. I
definitely,
mean, once
you
the
definitely
respect is
need to
Right,
gone,
like
I
go.
I'm
mean, I'm
like,
gone. Like,
okay,
not even.
But that gives you an
I don't know how long I'm gonna stay
opportunity
to
to
figure that out, but
reflect.
Yeah. No, no,
Right.
no. But it's that's actually really sound advice, because then like I said, if we're making the same mistake over and over again, that now she's saying look around to see
Yeah.
why that mistake is happening.
right.
And maybe the solution is honestly more conversations like this.
Yeah.
So everybody's and that's where I was going on too, because we're making these terms of feminism and toxic masculinity and a bunch of other stuff to say the same thing over and over again, which is pretty much just saying, hey, guys are taught this all the time. Women, they grew up in this environment, or they're being taught this, and obviously stuff's not connecting. So that's what we need to fix.
Right. Right.
Yeah. All
So,
the labeling,
mhm.
basically. Just.
so I'm gonna say this real fast because you know what I'm saying. Now we're far enough along in the video to where I don't care. So listen, feminists, I low key just hate y'all. Y'all be mad a lot. Y'all be mad illogical though, yo. Like I be hearing some of the stuff y'all talking points, and it don't make sense. It don't
No.
make no type of sense, and it's like biased as hell. Like you don't care about the other person at all. That's not a relationship. You are now the dictator. It seems like to me you want to like rule with an iron fist, and don't nobody want that. And then you wonder why you can't get married. Like you over here complaining, oh, these men don't want to marry me. They want to da, 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 da. Like, of course not. You
But
wouldn't want to marry you
You're
either. If the man
uncompromising.
if the
Yeah.
man was acting like that, you go, you know what? You're a toxic masculinity. You're a red pill. I don't want to be with you. You should be
Gotta go.
by yourself.
But hold on, but
You're
what
an
you're doing right
abuser.
now,
You know, that's when they start
yeah.
throwing out the
I'm
crazy
not
the
a
crazy
feminist.
buzzwords.
No,
Like, come on now. Come on.
but
I'm
see,
not a
but
feminist.
no,
That's my
what
headphones.
you're doing right now is that because there's feminism and there's feminists, and then there's
Right.
crazy extreme feminists. And
Right.
because if you look at feminism, that's just the
Why is
advocacy
one of my
of women's
headphones?
rights. And there's a lot of
Okay.
people, and there's guys that are feminists like that too. Because I believe in it, and so in that case, I'm a feminist because I agree with a lot of women's rights too. But we're
I
taking
do
the
too.
Right.
but we're taking those
I like women's
extreme
rights.
people who are kind of like the Al Qaeda and Jehovah's Witnesses. Yes, I put them in the same sentence. Anybody comes to me on a Saturday
Jesus.
morning on my God-given day off.
Not his God given day. You took it there.
I know. I thought I'm
But
still a little bitter
so
about that.
No, they
But
gonna get us up out of here, bro.
no,
so
You
when
came
no.
at
you
Jehovah Witnesses?
Yes,
they gonna
they
they gonna
come
send
in
you a letter,
freaking.
bro.
so when you make statements like that, like y'all are bold, y'all don't like you don't consider the other party, like you have to be very like direct in what you said. Like, you have to give examples because I don't want to open my mouth and get,
Well, which is why I
canceled
said, which
because
is
I
why
said
I
the wrong
said,
thing.
that's why I said it's those extreme people, and that's why I gave the examples of people on the extreme side too, because unfortunately, we're in the age where every term is a bad term,
Yeah.
Yes,
and
there are no
and
good terms.
no, and that's the thing because now if you're conservative, that's a negative connotation. If you're Republican, that's a negative connotation. If you're Democrat, that's a negative
Christian,
connotation. If you're liberal, that's
Muslim.
well, no, but I'm just saying, and those things because I remember I was having a conversation and we're talking about military discounts for spouses, and I just said if the company gives it, cool. I don't like it when someone gets all upset about it because this that and the other of because the sort of to give it because they're only giving it to the service member. So I was saying
Hmm.
it and I was like, hey, I think people, if that's the store's right and if they want people to pave their own way for the discount, that's on them. And then someone
Hmm.
told me, he's like, oh, hey, he's like Alan, he's like you must be a Republican, and he said it with like a negative connotation, and I'm like why, and then why are you saying it like that, like it's a bad thing too. But I think everything we say now, so that's the thing, so the term like feminist and everything else, it's like everything has a negative connotation, and that shit needs
Hmm.
to go because everybody likes women's rights, or sorry, everybody should like women's rights, so that means you're a feminist, but it's not bad.
Right. So women.
Yeah.
So let me go back. I do support women's rights. Of course, I support women's rights. I am a woman.
Mm,
But the things that I don't support would be like, what's her name? She dated Kanye. Amber Rose,
mm,
slut walk.
mm.
I don't support that. Free the
Yeah,
nipple. I don't. I'm not supporting that. That's some hoe shit. I'm not down with.
yeah,
And
and
so
but
that's
that's
I
why I
the
support
say
that shit.
yeah,
I support it.
no, but the thing is
I'm
that's
not.
but this is the thing though. That's not feminism to its core. People they do it and then they have that negative connotation and then they go, oh, that's a feminist movement. And sometimes and if
Ain't
you look
nothing
up what
negative
feminism
about
is,
it.
no,
Okay,
but
well
I'm
then let
saying
me rephrase my.
But I
I
mean,
don't
a lot of
support
people do.
everything in the feminist movement.
Mhm.
sorry, looking for my dog. She had surgery.
So so a lot of people do equate those two things, like, oh, you're a feminist, oh, and you're out here at the slut walk. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a negative thing. Like, this is something that you endorse. You know what I'm saying? It's the same way where people are like that with abortion. Although I fully support abortion because most of the people that are against abortion have gotten abortions or paid for somebody else to get an abortion. So I think it's absolutely ridiculous to be like, yo, you can't get no abortion. I'm like, shoot, if I don't want to take care of the baby, you don't want to take care of the baby, society don't want to take care of the baby, I don't want to spend my tax money on this baby. All right, cool. Like, if you can live with that, you know what I'm saying, what you did, cool. Like, if as long as you can live with it. I just don't like, and this is my hot take, I don't like people that want to play the victim after they did it. Like, if you went through with the process and you told the person, I got you, dog. If you told the person that you want to do this, you want to get this abortion, then you need to hold yourself accountable, and all the feelings that you feel inside, you need to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? You can't make me feel bad for you for a decision that you made, knowing what the outcome of said decision was. You can't. That don't make no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Like
I
you
think
cut yourself. You cut yourself, and now you mad at me because I said you were stupid. You literally cut yourself. You know you're gonna bleed.
I, I think a lot of people make decisions not fully understanding, like grasping the full concept of what they're doing.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
That is true.
you don't, but you can't have a child. But when you are pregnant, you have a life inside of you.
Mm-hmm.
Initially, in the beginning, it's kind of like you know, you pee on the stick, you're like, oh, I'm pregnant. And then you're like, oh, I don't want a baby. So then you go and you have an abortion, and then you're like, oh my God, I heard a heartbeat. Oh my God. Like, it's like it's a lot of things that go into it. And so you thinking that you detach from it. And then later on, as time progresses, emotions start to develop, hormones are high, you regret decisions that you've made. So
Yeah, but
So,
just because you regret something that you had a right for doesn't mean you can take that right away from someone else.
that is true.
right,
That is true.
that is facts. Okay, Vino, what's up with you, man? Since you here, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
I'm
I want to give
here.
you an opportunity to get into the conversation. You know what I'm saying. So what's up with you, man?
I'm just trying to get a feel of what the topic is. I'm trying to figure out where y'all going, where y'all
And
at with it.
so the topic is, you know what I'm saying, like men versus women in today's society, and you know what I'm saying, like why there are the problems that there are, and you know what I'm saying, and then solutions that to said problems, you know. So you can start wherever you want to because you just joined. So you can, if you want to just answer that question initially, you can. You know, make
I I kind of disagree with the premise of the argument, men versus women. I don't think too many men just out here against women. Now you might got men who got, you know, different expectations and values, but as far as like being like, I don't want my woman to have no money, I don't want her to have no rights. I don't think it's too many men out here like that. But on the other end, I think it's a lot of women out here who really want to see some niggas go down, go down through there
Right.
for real.
Okay.
I mean, cause you got.
I
Go ahead, Miss Mariah. I don't mean to go ahead.
no. Because you got what?
No, I'm about to say shit, cause you know, I feel like what year is it? 2022.
Yes.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, what my problem is with a lot of females when it comes to this type of dialogue, it seems like they be talking like it's the like a lot of these women be like under the age of 40, right? Now, if you're over 40, I can understand certain things. I can understand where you came from and what it was and how it used to be. But if you like 35 and under, you're the most liberated group of women in the history of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Of the world. We only have one world. Ain't no other world to live
Yeah.
in of this one. You dig what I'm saying? Do whatever you want, dress wherever you want, go wherever you like. Now, you can't have that and on the downside, on the other side of the coin, expect everybody to play by the same rules. Everybody, every man know that you can go here and do this. You can go here. You can't do that over there. You say you can wear this shit over here. Go down the block, 2, 3, 4 down the blocks. You might get robbed because they don't know what you might not know. So a lot of women that like they be thinking like, yeah, I'm gonna just wear whatever. Well, she can wear whatever you want to, but if the nigga feel like he could do whatever to you, that's the risk you take upon yourself. You want to lay whatever you want to. Well, you do that if you want to, but niggas got their reactions to that too. So, I don't know. I don't really think it's men versus women. It's just the trying to. I think these days with a lot of men trying to what confused about is how to really maneuver around these landmines that we got in front of us, these
The
ladies.
disqualifications.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, like I said, I don't know. I ain't trying to throw y'all off, but that's just when they say men versus women. I don't even see it like that. Like I said, I grew up with a whole bunch of women. Ain't too much
Okay.
positive things been said about men in my existence. you know, but
Okay.
you got black girl magic.
We do. We do. We do. We also have Black Boy Joy.
Where's
And
that at? That shit sound kind of crazy.
we do. We have Black Boy
Yeah,
Joy.
yeah,
And
Black
then
Boy
if
Joy
you
is
think
a thing.
about all the protests that is held, it's always ran by Black women protecting Black
Where
men.
y'all
But
from?
Black women, Arkansas.
Oh, okay.
But the Black woman, in my opinion, I don't feel like is protected. Um, Black women, as Malcolm X would say, is the least protected group in America. And to go back when, in my opinion, I feel like the war between men and women is the relationship in the relationship area. It's not about money. It's not about finance. It's wholeheartedly, in my opinion, relationships. And I think it stems from our music. I mean, of course, we have other things as layered, but if we're talking about current day to day, it is the music that we consume. We have music that literally say like "bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks," and so do you have these kids that's going around conditioning men because they're not talking about white women, and so you
I,
got these
I
kids
do.
walking
I,
around.
I agree with what you saying when you said like the music thing, right? Bitches ain't.
Yeah,
Let's just keep right there. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. The difference between what you saying and what I'm saying is a man could get on the microphone if they know these. If these women know these lyrics, they gonna sing that song. They gonna sing it just like I'm gonna sing it. These bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. They gonna
but
sing it just like. Ain't too many niggas singing on Megan Thee Stallion song.
well, I just seen a whole bunch of dudes thinking the F
I'm
word, that F and F. Just seen a video of a whole bunch of dudes getting down to F and F.
Yeah, them
But
niggas
no,
weird.
but that is true. But so we are. I'm stuttering. Why am I stuttering? Sorry.
Mhm.
We are being raised in a patriarchal society, and so a lot of the belief system that women have are patriarchal. We endorse a lot of these toxic masculinity traits. And so to talk about the music, I mean, it is a part of our culture. So we can't fully deny it. We can't fully reject it.
Let me
But
keep
yes.
it a let me keep it a book with you. I'm 31 years old. I've never even heard the term patriarchal society until like a year and a half ago. And the
Mhm.
reason I say that is because, like I say, I was raised around number one. My mama raised me. My
Mhm.
grandma, mama, aunties now, they did their thing. It wasn't too many just niggas around, men around, telling like, hey, you need to. It wasn't like, I don't know, for most of the black men I know, they mamas raised them. You know what I'm saying? So the whole idea of a man being in charge is almost foreign. A black man being in charge of his own family is damn near foreign. Like even right now, you got baby mamas and baby daddies. Shit, you nigga, what your mama say?
Mhm.
What your mama say? Cause that's what we going with. What your mama said do?
Mhm.
That's what we going with. Ain't too many men getting that whole patriarchal society responsibility because most of our households ain't even set up that way. You know what I'm
But
saying?
I apologize. So, but that very design comes from the patriarchy that we experience in politics. Like
Now,
if
when you
you
say
if we
patriarchal, when you say the design, and
the
I'm gonna
white
ask you
man,
this. Okay. Now,
the
okay.
white
I'm
man
glad the
design
white
is
man designed that. Now, I'm gonna ask you this.
uh-huh.
I'm gonna ask you. You said the white man designed it, right? But
Yeah, I'm gonna get there.
like on the flip side of that, right? We just people. We just one race of people. You got Mexicans, you got Asians, you got whites, you got Indians, you got whatever. Now, from what I've come to realize, and I didn't realize until I was about 27, 28. Shit, it's really, and I ain't saying niggas the most upstanding citizens. I ain't saying that. I ain't saying niggas is perfect. I ain't saying none of that. But what I am saying is like a lot of women do things like okay, I'm gonna go have sex with a dude, right? At the age of like 12 or 13, you kind of know what sex do. Is you can either have sex, you have fun, and you can also catch a disease and have a baby. There's only so many outcomes you can get from this type. So you can have a good experience, bad experience, but even during the experience, you can have a baby, get disease, life changing situations. But
Mhm.
a lot of women, they're shit. Like if a dude get you pregnant, shit. If I'm 16 and you 16, I get you pregnant. Shit, I'm somebody daddy because you said I'm somebody daddy. Now
Wait,
I'm
what?
somebody daddy.
No, but that's also see.
Go ahead.
So that means you're absolving the man though, because if
I'm not absolved now because when I say 16, now the reason I say 16 because now you got to put yourself in a real situation. They be talking about kids.
oh no, okay, no, I meant men as a male. So I meant that means you're absolving the male because
No,
because
I'm
the
not.
thing is
I'm not absolving anybody. What I'm
no
saying is
because
we talking about kids.
yeah, but you just said one kid is now a dad because the other kid said I'm having this baby. But the thing is, before, unless the female raped the male,
Which,
that
I
mean,
ain't gonna say that. That
no,
never
no, no,
happened to
no,
me before.
no. I'm saying unless that happened, the male has to take responsibility for what he did too. So it's not just because it's not just because the female said, "Hey, we're having this baby." It's a factors
No,
leading
what
into
I'm
that as
saying
well, though.
is, what I'm saying is autonomy. Autonomy lies solely on the female in this situation.
Hmm.
Autonomy. I don't get to decide what we gonna do.
But you have an input. You have an input though.
If it's allowed.
No, there's it's all yeah, there's always allowed stuff like that too. And
Now,
I
now I
completely
only
get what
say
you're
that to
saying.
say because I got a girl pregnant in high school
Hmm.
and she had an abortion.
Hmm.
Now when she told me she got pregnant, shit, I already knew it. Look, I done been in health and science class. I done been in sociology.
Hmm.
I know. I'm not gonna listen. If you want to have a baby, well, you about to change my life.
Hmm.
If you don't want to have a baby, well, shit, we just gonna go from there. But that's not something I get to decide for myself.
Hmm.
Either I put because like what we men have to understand. This is something men have to understand. Boys, we young men, we have to understand that when we do have sex with a woman, when we go raw, we decide we are literally giving our lives up to a certain point to be like not. And I ain't saying like in the whole like is you gonna raise the child. I'm talking about in a legality sense.
Hmm.
You can decide what the next 18 years of my life is going 18 years of my life gonna be like.
Hmm. Yeah,
You can
I
just
guess.
decide that.
Yeah, but the thing is, you also have
AKA
input
strap
though.
up, boys.
I mean, shoot, yeah.
No, I remember,
Safe
but
sex is the best sex.
I already said that like how many podcasts ago though? Because I know because Smooth even put a reel about it too. But yeah, I know that. But the thing is too, but you also have input.
But you
I
see,
mean, but
oh,
But then that
so you
kind
that
of
from
goes.
don't
you say
always
you from
work
So
in
Arkansas,
every
right?
type.
No, I'm from
No,
California.
he's from yeah.
So you from Cali. See, down here, bro, you gotta
No,
run
I
some of
mean,
these creatures I run into. Some of these creatures I run into, they ain't playing the game. I'm just saying that they ain't playing the game fair.
so
They know
so
Well,
what's
so
like.
that's
even
everywhere because
even
I have
hold on.
family in Texas.
Yeah, hold on. So even in that regard, and I'm from Arkansas. Even in that regard, you still have a personal responsibility
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
man to be very smart in who you sleep with.
Yeah,
Like I've been very
shit,
cognizant
yeah.
of who I choose to sleep with, because if I choose to sleep with her, I know what my outcomes will be. Do I want to raise a child? Because it's past 18 years. When you have a child with somebody, y'all locked in for life.
24.
Yeah, y'all locked
For
in.
life.
Yeah, y'all locked in.
Yep,
Yeah.
Y'all locked in for life.
yep. For
Even
good
if
or bad.
yeah, even if the child has the whether the child has the best of outcomes or the worst of outcomes, y'all are locked in for life. That is a
Facts.
permanent connection,
Facts.
whether you want to deal with it or not. And I want men to know that you have to just deal with that response. It's unfair, you know what I'm saying? It's an unfair situation. Yeah, is it a bit of a double standard? Yes, that the woman has full autonomy. Yes. But then, you know what I'm saying, we also have ours on our end. Now, are there things that could be done to make said situation fair? Absolutely. But I do want to let Mariah go ahead and talk because she had something she wanted to say.
Well, the shift of the conversation moved.
No, but
My
go
bad,
ahead.
I
um,
ain't mean to do that.
and- no. It's fine. It's fair. And so we were talking about the patriarchal system, and you pointed out that in the Black community we have a matriarchal system, and you saying that you grew up with majority women,
I'm saying most
and
of us
so
did.
yes, and that's fairly common in the Black community, and I was gonna like go back in history on why. And then I also wanted to touch on what you were saying about childbirth and stuff. So as I was saying earlier, is the Black community, Black women have been the only group that has been systematically separated from their counterparts. And we can go back off of slavery, housing, segregation, mass incarceration, stuff like that. And so that is why we have a matriarchal system in our household. But we're currently the war that we're experiencing is because we no longer want that dynamic anymore. We want the two-parent household. We want to have the traditional family, and we're not getting that. And it's because there's a war with being dishonest in relationships, the undervalue of both genders and sex, stuff like that. And then I want to touch on, so that was one thing. And then I want to touch on what you were saying about childbirth and children. I do apologize. I did slightly get a little confused. But I wanted to point out women are overly sexualized. Like not black women, black people in general are overly sexualized, and that stems from the sex farms that we used to have during slavery, and that thing just kind of transitioned, and it's still here, and it's still apparent. You see that in pretty much everything that we do, from our music
Mhm.
videos, the music that we have, from TV shows,
Whatever.
and how people portray us. Yeah, and so I was trying to understand where you were getting with that.
All right,
Uh,
let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. A very clear. You know the WNBA, right? They cry. They don't want to put it like that. They are reaching for a sense of equity. They want to be paid more for what they do.
okay,
But
yeah.
the statistics and the numbers would tell you that y'all don't even earn enough. Y'all don't even make enough to get what y'all earn today. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? But if I was to ask any black woman to agree, yeah, WNBA should get paid more. They should get paid more. And I would ask her, who your favorite WNBA player?
Yeah,
Don't
we don't
watch.
watch them. Yeah,
But
that's
if I
why they
ask
don't
you
get paid more.
what's Megan Thee Stallion last Instagram post,
Yeah.
stuff like
Yeah.
that. Who was Serena Williams? Tennis player. But what you know about
Mhm.
Serena Williams? What do you know who she beat? You know how many Wimbledon not Wim, cups she won in tennis?
Right.
No.
They don't know.
But you know about 17 Carter B songs.
Right. Right.
That's what I'm saying. So the onus could be put on us as black people as a whole. But when I say that most men have grown up in a matriarch, I'm saying that a lot of the women condone what's been happening, not willingly or unwilling, knowingly or unknowingly. If you know what I'm saying,
No,
if you
no,
want to
that's
be
true.
the
Majority,
baddest
yeah.
thing, well, be the baddest thing. If the white folks gonna tell you, well, girl, we gonna pay you to be the baddest thing, cause ain't too many niggas paying these females to do what they doing. Ain't too many black
Hmm.
companies. Ain't too many black, you know what I'm saying? Black
No.
CEOs saying like, yeah, we gonna throw bread at you to just do this. It's gonna be a lot of these white people around. You gonna say, you know what? We give you 2 million. You shake that ass on the ground. I got a
No, that's
structure
true.
for you. I got a structure for you. Here you go. It's the same thing if you go back to like the 80s where where the feds was putting dope in niggas' hands.
Hmm.
Shit, hey, I put the dope in your hands, you sell it to your people, you gonna come out rich.
And it wasn't a problem
It
till
what
we got over there.
you dig what I'm saying?
Right.
That's a problem niggas black men gotta deal with still because we really helped destroy our community over like 30 years ago
Hmm.
with the whole drug era. Now this new fight with the whole Instagram, social media, everybody trying to be black queen this and yes girl that and hot girl some of this. But if you flip the coin, you ask any dude, and if you can ask most black men in America, like, hey, do you really want to get with that? Nah, I'm straight. They don't care because the bag there. Where the bag at? Where the bag at?
But women think that that's how they should portray themselves because that's the attention that they see on social media. They see men liking that. They seeing the guys spending money. They see the guys taking sweetie out on,
Right.
lavish
They being
shopping
sold.
sprees.
They being sold a bill of
Sold on the
goods.
image. That's why I
They
said
being
about
sold a
social
bill of
media.
Right.
goods. You dig what I'm saying? Like even I just watched
Yeah.
what's this today? I watched Miss Natural. I don't know if
Mhm.
y'all niggas know who Miss Natural is, but she a porn star. Very, she a porn star, or whatever. But she did an interview with this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got somebody who into.
Smooth said, "Oh yeah."
Got somebody who into. Okay,
I
okay.
had to sit there and think about that. Wait a minute.
Miss Natural, she a
That sounds
porn star,
familiar.
right? And she was talking so simply as this if what she was I'm gonna get to it in a second as if what she was saying wasn't problematic. What she was saying was like, yeah, my son know I did adult films, and dude was like, so what do you do? How do your son feel when people talk about you and be like, I seen your mama on this, that, and the third? Oh, my son cool. Oh, your son cool. So your son cool. That's what the answer is. Your son cool with you just fucking all type of niggas on the internet. He cool. Oh yeah, he cool, man. Shit, he'll fuck around and fight you for it. So we saying two things at one time. Your son ignorant enough. He ignorant to the fact that your mama just putting herself on the internet because one is normalized in your household, and two, if somebody do say something about it, he liable to fight them. So in the future, what are we harvesting? A volatile young man. He confused because somebody said the wrong thing. He'll go off on him.
Okay.
But I mean, the fact that he's willing to fight and defend for his mother is a clear indication that he's not cool with it.
No, what I'm saying is, I'm saying in her perception, in her
Yeah.
Yeah,
explanation of it.
no, I got what you were saying. I
Yeah,
was just simply
he
saying like she
cool.
should see that. She should see
Yeah,
that he's not cool with that
yeah,
because
he
he's fighting.
cool.
He's
He
fighting to
cool.
make sure people don't talk about you because you
Because
really
and
don't
on the
like
flip
it.
side, this go back to what I was trying to say to Frankie. On the flip side, where his daddy at? Where his daddy get to say somewhere in that?
Right.
You want to be honest, or do you want me to be?
I'm being honest with you. Yeah, go ahead.
Dads do have rights. Unfortunately, we're in a thing, and we're in an age of a lot of misinformation where people they accept things of the way they are, and that's just unfortunate. It goes in with voting. It goes in with parental rights. It goes in with a bunch of shit that's in here too. And unfortunately, the legal system is not our friend, or it has not been our friend in the past, but it has changed too. So the dad does have legal rights. Dad does have inputs. I get what you were saying is that we don't have the final say on, especially from when a kid is born. But we do have
Mhm.
input. And the thing is, what you said with your previous relationship, were your input was whatever you want to do. I'm cool with that. Was your input.
Yeah, because I know at the end of the day, yes or no don't
It be
hold
more
no weight
persuasion.
to like
No,
what you
no,
gonna do.
but the thing is, what you say does hold weight, and if
I can
you
make you feel a certain way.
yeah
I can
no
know what I'm
that's
saying.
yeah
I'm just saying man to man, man to
hmm
man. I can say anything to make a female feel any kind of way.
hmm
I can say anything. I can say, oh yeah, girl, I'm gonna be there. Some niggas do that.
no
I'm gonna be
I
there
Mhm.
understand, but
just so we don't have to have this uncomfortable. I don't want to do it.
Conversation
And some
about
niggas gonna
but
be honest and be like, I don't want to do it. And guess
yeah
what? A
but
female
and
could
I'm
be like,
saying
you know what? I'm gonna do it any goddamn
okay,
way. Fuck him.
Mhm.
but that's the same. But I'm saying what you just said. You can make someone feel any sort of way. That is your input too.
Yeah.
And then that's like I said, you don't have final say, but you do have input. And then after the child is born, you definitely have final say and input too.
Let me
You're
ask
just
you this, because you
mm,
I
strike
mean,
you strike me as are you a conservative guy? Like you identify as conservative?
nope.
No, only reason, no, I'm saying this. I'm saying it to say this because most black men in America they
Mhm.
are conservative.
I know.
It's-
mhm.
most of them they vote conservative. You dig what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is like, but most black women vote Democrat because it's more liberated. You can do more things. See, we already at opposing ends of the spectrum, even in our own households.
But the thing is, people don't realize, and that goes with the misinformation I'm saying, is that just because you vote one way on one thing doesn't mean you have to go completely on the conservative board or completely on the democratic path. And I think that's why I'm lucky that my mom and my dad so I can see it all because one registered Republican and one registered Democrat. So we could see all the stuff coming in the household like that too. So I grew up reading all the stuff, and so I know that's my advantage of more so than most people. But kind of going back to kind of what Mariah said, it's the man. We'll say the man, some guy high in power. They do things to divide certain communities and even their own communities, so they can stay in power.
So I do want to say this before this escapes us. Okay, most of the people pushing like hot girl summers and like doing all like a bunch of people push a lot of things that they don't do. Okay, like city girls are in relationships. Okay, Meg Thee Stallion is in a relationship. Cardi B is married. I think yes. Nicki Minaj is married, I believe. Like Beyonce is married. Like you get to going down the list of people, you know what I'm saying? People be married, people be in long-term relationships. Rihanna in long-term relationships, you know what I'm saying? Nobody is living what they're saying.
But they don't even make love.
By and large, like your favorite, huh? Your favorite male rapper, he's not really out here killing people. A lot of them aren't.
Shit.
They talking about other people's stuff. They talking about other people's stuff. They talking about other people's stuff. They talking about stuff they man did, not that they did. Some of them. I'm not saying all of them. Some of them are with the shits. Don't get me wrong.
That is true. But you're looking at the artist that's actually singing, and yes, it's true, but it's the record labels that's for like that's dishing the music out, and it's for a reason.
Nigga got killed, didn't
It's for a reason. They want us to stay in this low vibrational state for a reason.
I'm about to get dressed, bitch. You done got cute. I'm about to get dressed.
Oh my.
Oh my God, through the olive with the pink on it. And look, you know what I'm throwing it on with? Look.
But yes.
Complete, my dog. This is how you make the cycle complete, dog. My bad. I'm gonna close it
over.
No, so Mariah, you were just pointing out that music labels and industries, you know what I'm saying, like that, are pushing the agenda for us to consume because you know what I'm saying, we're enticed by it. We look at it all day.
It's relatable
we think
to
it's
us,
interesting.
not them.
Yeah.
Well, that or we're just stupid because they're just arguing one facet of it and not a whole lifestyle.
That's what I'm with Frankie. They stupid.
Because the thing is like because and if this is Beyonce, you know, because she's saying, you know, if you like it, then you should have put a ring on it, right? Because that was her big thing. So that was like the big shit for a while too. And then the other stuff, they're saying, hey, I like this like hot girl summer. It's like a certain state. So it's only like, so if we put it like in hours, that's 1 hour out of the 24-hour day. Everything else, they're doing something else too. And I think sometimes we have to kind of like what Mariah said. It's the record labels are pushing this, but we also need to.
If you're gonna slide out, just give me like 15 minutes. If you're gonna slide out.
Because we're trying to make it like into like a lifestyle when it's not. So I think a lot of it we're missing. And I guess I can't say misinterpreting it because I think we're directed to believe that it's some way, but we need to show that hey, it's not that, because like you said, artists aren't doing actually what they're saying, and they're just singing they're singing just a single part of their life, not like their whole lifestyle.
Yes, because there is a part, this new progressive movement that we're going on. They have to play in it because that's what we are experiencing in the society. When Beyonce came out with the song "If You Like It, You Should Put a Ring on It," at that time, women were singing about relationships. You had the Keisha Coles and all them, you know, and the Fantasias singing about their relationships. Now, what we have going on is this feminist movement, the slut walk and the free the nipple thing. So now we have the hot girls like my body, my choice. I'm gonna go outside and wear what I want to wear. You can't say anything to me. We have a completely different we're going through something different in society, and that is what's affecting the music
It's a
that we're
big
putting
change.
out.
Now, Mariah,
Yeah.
Mariah, let me ask you like a direct question real quick. Do you think I don't want to make it more, but I want to give you the option. Do you think a ring it should just be given, or should a ring be earned from a man?
A ring should be earned, like a
Yeah,
woman should earn the ring from a
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Okay, in my mind, when you say earn,
I
I
mean,
automatically get insulted, and I think it's because, and I think it's because of my viewpoint. When you say like earn, I immediately think of a woman barefoot, pregnant, in the household. But I
uh,
know that's not what you meant, and so I just feel like there should be a different word that should be used. I don't know what that word is. We're gonna come back on that.
all right.
In
Let me ask Frankie
relationships,
after you get done.
oh, in relationships, I feel like both parties should meet each other's standards. And once they reach each other's standards and provide fulfillment and comfort to each other, then they should decide whether they should be married or not. But earned? In what way? Like loyalty?
I mean, earned in the sense that in earned in the sense that I'm
You're a
gonna give
good
you my
woman?
last. No, earned in the sense that I'm gonna give you my last name, and if we break up, you take half my money. In that type of earned sense.
I get what you're talking about. Hmm.
Because if we get married, you don't even you don't even got your daddy last. You don't got your daddy last name no more. You got mine now.
Right, and then if she
So do
leaves,
you
she gonna
earn
leave
that,
with
or do I
her.
just give it to you because I like you a lot?
I mean, I think you're foolish if you're giving it to somebody because you like them a lot. They have
So
to offer
somebody
some
you
type of
gotta earn
benefit.
it. It gotta be earned.
You know what I'm saying? They gotta offer some type of benefit. Like the relationship has to make sense outside of love. But yeah,
Because
I guess.
I'm gonna shoot a buck to you like this. I remember I told my ex this. I told my ex this. One day we was talking about some shit. She was talking about she loved me, and I said, look, babe, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Every girl I ever been with said she loved me.
God damn.
That's
God damn.
So what make your love so different?
Oh God damn.
You should have said something like, well, never mind.
Nah, that's what I told her. I
I'm
told
about
her
to
just
run
like that.
game.
I told her straight business like that because if you a man, if you a man, you understand. Ain't too many girls ain't gonna tell you they don't look. Ain't too many girls you like you really you say you love them. Ain't too many girls you love ain't gonna tell you they don't love. They gonna tell you they love you. So what makes your love so much more special than Ashley's, Mariah?
That was
If
very
I'm with
specific.
you,
Who's Ashley? No,
I'm just asking you, man.
hypothetical. He said it was actually.
that's very specific.
Keisha.
Get Ashley on the pod. We need her to answer.
Because with a man, it can be simple, right? His dick better. He got more money. He can dig bigger. He can do more shit. It's very tangible. It's very tangible in that sense. It's this, it's this, it's this, it's that. What make your love so much more better than the next woman love?
It could be tangible too.
Love
I
is
mean,
intangible.
I thought of something really good in my head. I went straight to the exact
But
person.
but but see, okay, but
because I'm thinking about the love that
Frankie Smooth and
I
D. But listen,
have.
Frankie Smooth and D.
PSI.
Y'all have an exact image of what y'all want in y'all head quickly. Mariah's struggling with this. She's
Well,
struggling
no,
with
no.
it's a
I
paradigm I'm
Because
asking.
I'm thinking you're talking about what makes your love more different.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
a
like, well, if I'm
paradigm.
with someone, I respect them, I trust
Yeah.
them, I honor them, I value their presence and their time and what they say. But I'm just like, but that all comes in love. So I'm
Go
not gonna
ahead, Smooth.
betray you.
Give us
I'm
the
not.
juice. Go ahead,
Okay,
Smooth.
for me, first person I thought of was man. I thought of my throat goat, man. I was like, yo, hey, I said, hey, she hit different. She
This
hit
nigga
different.
my
wild.
God.
Her love was different. I was like, hey, yo, I said,
Oh
Oh,
man,
There you
wow.
go.
man, hey, she took care of
That
your
nigga
boy,
said
man.
throat coat. That's a good one.
Hey,
Damn.
your boy was
That's
stress free.
crazy.
Damn.
So what you got, Frankie? See?
But to say something,
Go ahead. My bad.
No,
Mariah.
I didn't have any specific answer. I just say because you said with a guy it's tangible, and I'm saying that a woman can say the same thing. If there's stuff, what makes it different? Because you give tangible examples, a woman could also give tangible examples as well too.
Well,
So,
no, what I'm really trying to get to is like the intent, like love come with intangibles, right?
Right.
It's not really something you can quantify in the sense of
Money.
good or better or best. It's something like you feel comfortable with. So what I'm saying is, if you a man, how many women have told you that you was like, man, you know what? I could fuck with I could fuck with her for a minute, and she tell you she love you. What make her love more special than your ex?
It has nothing to do with her
man.
though.
Look,
It
it's
should
breaking.
be
He
the
laughing.
love that you
Look.
have.
He like, damn, that's
Does
a.
she make you a better person? Does she
Yeah.
add value to you from a characteristic standpoint?
There
Does
we
she
go.
add value to you in your business, in your home? Does she help you have a peaceful life? Does she make
Now,
life
Look,
easier?
I got a
No.
That's
got
what
a simple one. I got a real simple one. She
Okay.
at the family event, she be in there cooking, and I get a plate first. Now, how many women really
that's
do that
good.
for real at family
That's
events? No, at family events where it's multiple where they got to cook for everybody.
Her family or my family?
I always
Because
make my
otherwise,
ex-husband
they're
plate first.
entertaining the family stuff, making sure the vibe actually in there cooking and make sure you got your plate first.
So her family or my family?
Her
I don't
family,
know. I
my
always make
family
sure my
too.
Hey,
ex-husband
if
ate
she
No,
If my
because
before.
family
if she
too.
holds you down with her family, that's different.
Yeah.
no,
Look, smooth.
Hey,
If
no,
if
she
she
no,
holds
holds
me
you
no,
down
no,
down with
with
because
her
her
no,
family,
family,
because
it's
they
different.
know. Like,
if it's my family, she's not gonna be
well,
cooking.
smooth know what I'm talking about
Yeah,
when I
no, I know what
say
you're
like
saying
the
like that,
whole
but
family.
no, because I was asking that because if it's my family, because like my mom's messed up and she'll get them drunk and everything, and they can't do shit because my mom always makes sure her wine glass is full and everything like that too. So all my exes are like, oh, I love your mom because every time she comes to an event, she's making sure they're taking care of everything too, so they can't walk to get me like my
Yeah,
own
see,
plate.
anime ain't going for nobody being in that kitchen, but you can show get your plate first.
Oh no,
Right.
but that's what I'm saying.
Anime
My
ain't
mom makes
going
it so
for
they
that.
Right.
can't walk. That's all I'm saying. So it's
Yeah,
like,
but
and
she
then my
makes sure I get that plate first. But I've dated so many women that literally ain't did that one thing, and when she did that one thing, I was like, oh man, it was
A lot of women
so
don't
simple. It was just
know,
so different, and it's like a lot of women don't even be picking up on stuff like that for real.
but
Like to be in
that's
there
the thing.
cooking,
Like,
Go
getting
ahead,
go
those
ahead,
Monroe.
nurturing
continue.
skills. That's how I looked at it.
Yeah, go
That's
ahead,
fair.
Monroe.
A lot of women don't know to do that. Like, I didn't learn to do that until I got married. Until I got married.
oh, you
Like,
married?
it's, no, I'm divorced, but and when I was married, like I didn't know that. I didn't even know how to cook. And then I got with my ex-husband. I was like, okay, he's a big dude. I gotta
Ooh,
learn how
that's
to
tough.
cook. I gotta figure out how to cook for him. And then we start having events. I never brought a dude home. I brought him home. I was like, I gotta make sure he got a plate. And so it was like things I had to pick up on. So now when I'm dating, like I do these things because I like to do them. But a lot of women don't know that. They don't know that until they get with the person and the person say, hey, I like my plate made.
Hey, but
And
remember that goes back to what I was saying earlier. There's just stuff that there's inherent life skills that
Right.
people don't get to
Right.
learn
so
until it's too late.
I was even
Right.
messed
But
up. I
a
didn't
lot
even
of
know that
people
I
don't
liked
go
that. I didn't even know I liked it until she did that for real. Like, you know what I'm
right.
saying? Like it just like, oh, I was really like, oh, and like now I miss it. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, real talk. No,
I
that's real
miss it.
talk.
Like,
No,
Cause every female,
that's
cause that's what I'm
cool.
saying. It ain't really like for me. I was trying to get to the point for, cause like what I was trying to say, for men, it's not really about love. Not like love in the sense of like, do you love me? Are you riding? What's that Kiki song?
Yeah,
Anyway,
Kiki, right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying for real though, like for most men, it's not about like if you love me. It's about like is you willing to do? Is you willing to be? You dig what I'm saying? Like is you willing to do and be to help me reach another level? But see, we got a lot of women, especially 2022, about to go 2023. That's not their mission. If you
Mm-mm.
don't come ready made like Mike, if you don't come ready made like a microwave meal, ain't nobody got time to cook that up.
But can I interject?
Go ahead.
The reason why there is a disconnect in that department is because us women have seen those women back in the day do, right? Or willing to be, and then they got played. And so men think like, and I don't know, maybe, and I don't want to make this generalization, but we have seen men step out and have a family down the street with anime up the street. You know what I'm saying? And so
Mm-hmm.
we view cheating and infidelity as like the highest bit of betrayal. But men don't. A lot, well, not all men, but some men don't. They feel like if I'm still coming home, if I'm still taking care of the bills, if I'm still taking care of you, and everything's good with us, then I'm gonna go out and get some side pussy on Tuesday because I earned it.
I
And
used to be
so
like that.
that is why women have been like, you know what, like I'm just gonna take care of me. I'm gonna make sure I hold myself down because at any point he can pick up and go and fuck anime and he gonna leave me.
Reach.
You know? So
But
yeah.
I asked this though, and I'm glad you said that because I ain't gonna lie, shit, we black. Our roots come from Africa. Y'all do know, monogamy was introduced
It's
on us.
westernized.
Yeah, we didn't even come like that. You want to talk
Yeah.
about black people and like you want to talk about black people as a culture from a historical
Hmm.
sense. We
Let
never
me
even
have a
come like
mob.
that.
Monogamy, that well, I think we're so far removed from that, we can't use that excuse. But
Uh,
monogamy,
all right, Frank, I
that's
challenge you on that because this is why I challenge you on that. How many women got two baby? How many women got two baby daddies?
there's a lot of women out there that have two
That's
baby
what I'm
daddies.
saying.
But
So
there's also people that don't have multiple baby daddies too. I'm just saying we're still, and I'm saying I'm not saying
Okay, now I got a
monogamy.
challenge.
No, I say monogamy is not. I'm not saying we can't use that as an excuse for black people because the thing is, th- there's women who are Hispanic, there's women who are white. Everybody who has multiple baby daddies. Monogamy is something that was brought into by religion. So that so we can't say that's it's just a something that was forced upon us because it was literally forced upon everybody.
What he was trying to imply is that monogamy is westernized. It's a westernized trait. And so it's not original to our culture as us being black people.
I no,
That's that's
I
that's
get that.
basically what he was saying.
No,
But
but
I mean,
and I'm saying that we can't just limit it just to black people because it's been it's everywhere. It was forced upon everything, and it's not just a. I don't even think it's just a Western ideology.
you
well,
right.
I
I
think
agree with that in the sense because in one sense I agree, but on the other side is well I disagree in one sense, but on the other side I agree because men throughout the history of mankind
Hmm.
have struggled with monogamy.
And that's the point I was
and
that's the
monogamy
point I was
low-key
making.
don't benefit men.
No, no, I think even the way it is and how everything was like monogamy, it doesn't for a while it didn't really benefit the human race.
Yeah.
That
And
is true.
and now since
Yeah.
and now we're switching over, but I'm just saying that we can't use that as an excuse of how it's put upon us. It's not black culture because it's not really a part of anybody's culture.
All I'm
Okay,
It's
that's
part of
true.
African culture.
No,
all I'm
well,
saying.
No, he was talking about monogamy. Like monogamy doesn't work for any culture at all. The only reason
Yeah,
why
it
he
don't.
brought it up is for Africans because he can only speak on his race. He can speak
Oh,
yeah.
on.
Because
So
you got a lot of women who got multiple baby daddies. Shit, even right then and there, you was in a polyamorous relationship. Why?
Yeah.
Because
But
you have to have two men in your life for the rest of your life.
yeah, but I'm saying that was the Greeks. That was that was if you look at history. That was that
yeah,
is a lot.
he's
So
agreeing with you.
yeah.
Y'all are both on the
No.
on the same
Yeah,
page
no.
here.
He knows. I was just saying that you just can't say it's just a black thing. That's all I was saying.
No, I got you. Because I just like I said, that's just
Yeah.
a man. I think that's just a man trait being the
I think
being.
it's a woman trait too that they say hey they pick
mm,
up and go
mm, mm.
because I think it's just a human trait.
So y'all, I'm gonna let y'all get y'all final little thoughts off, and then we done. Okay, I
Yes,
want to
I'm
go.
hungry.
I got other things
Yeah,
I
I
need to
know.
do.
So do
And
I.
Like I'm trying to go to sleep, man.
I'm trying to go. I'm trying to go outside in a couple minutes here.
All right, D, hit us off.
Man, I mean, I ain't got too much. I mean, I'm hungry, so you know. I mean, I hope that I mean, I learned a few different things from this. So I ain't got too much.
Okay, go ahead, Vino.
Shit, it was interesting, man. I ain't really get to put y'all under the knife like I wanted to, because I'm a wordsmith. Y'all gonna, if I come back, y'all learn. I'm really a wordsmith out here. But it was interesting, man. Y'all had like some very like good talking points. Good, I don't say talking point. Good points that y'all was making. Now you know what I'm saying. But yeah, man. Hopefully, D invite me again next time y'all get into this type of talk. This my type of shit. This my type of. You look back and forth. This my type of shit. But yeah, man. Mariah, Frankie, Smooth. I already know D. It was nice meeting y'all, man. It was fun for me. Before I go see what I can do outside.
Sure, and you're always welcome to come back. Like there's no like this is just an open panel, bro. Like
okay,
anybody can come on here.
Bet that.
Yeah,
Mariah
Mariah
trying to recruit a little bit.
Okay.
I had like a little card note that I wrote my final conclusions, but I lost it. So, yeah,
going crazy.
I know. I don't know why I do that. Anyway, so what my conclusion on
No, we let
this
it
is
slide.
that a solution that we would have, as we were talking about earlier, the solution to this would be reestablishing what our goals are for the family unit, discussing what community will be like with polyamory, reestablishing morals, sexual discipline, and changing our music consumption.
Preach.
So yes,
Okay.
those are my solutions. I am so grateful that you have allowed me to come on your panel and speak. This was delightful. If anyone that's in the Northwest Arkansas area that needs a home, they can reach me at Mariah A. at Coldwell Banker.
Gotcha.
Okay. Young realtor. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, see. Well, I think we all just hit on the head. So I would just. It's always fun being on here and getting everybody's opinions, thoughts, and perception, because perception is the real thing. I think, like I said, solution is just more discussions like this, everything that Mariah said. But I think before we even get to any of that points, they just need to be willing to discuss and not get all offended, defensive, and hearing people out. And that's why I'm glad everybody on here was able to do, which is
right.
And I love that we all got to say our points and say, hey, this is what I think, and okay, good point. Here's a counterpoint, and just get into a discussion. Because if we keep on doing that, we could fix actual problems and perceived problems as well too, and discount perceived problems that aren't really many problems. Because after talking to you guys, I don't think the man versus woman thing is as big as people make it out to be.
Oh yeah. But I think so. So my final thought is, I think a lot of people, they just in their feelings, and their feelings is hurt, and they lash out at the other sex because they still mad at whatever ex did them semi wrong, or they can't get back or whatever, so they lash out against the other person. I think a lot of people are just really damaged, and they're just the vocal minority, and the vast majority of people are just trying to, you know what I'm saying, they just want to go out and get a cheeseburger. You know what I'm saying? That's it. They just want to go out and get a cheeseburger with you. They just want to sit down, talk with you. You know what I'm saying? Get a little drink you drink. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even a little nightcap. You know what I'm saying? Most people are reasonable. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So go out there, try and date. You know what I'm saying? And get good luck. Good luck. Happy hunting. You know what I'm saying?
Look, happy hunting.
Hey, look. I mean, it's cuffing season. It's cuffing season. It's getting cold. Find you a little boo. Find you a little boo.
What do you call it? Was it gray sweatpants season?
Yeah. I mean, shoot, I got mine. You know, no, I'm playing. But anyway,
shorts. I sure got to stock up.
Right. So listen, I want to thank y'all for listening. This has been episode 169 of the Homeroom with Smooth podcast. Oh my God, I forgot to say this, but I'm gonna say this now. If you made it to this point in the video, man, y'all make sure y'all go check out my homegirl friend Rochelle album, because that should be out by the time this comes out. So y'all make sure y'all go check out her album. I did say I'll shout her out, but y'all make sure y'all go check out her album. Y'all can go check out her interview too. But anyway, that's been Homer with Smooth. I'm out.
All right.
Oh, her album.